with the concealer and cool tan as always. I'm going to prime my eyes and I'm using this mini beauty blender and I'm going to buff that out. Then I'm going to use this e.l.f. eye crease brush and the Perfect 10 palette by Soap and Glory with the color Plumptuous, and I'm going to put it in my crease. Layering it up on each side, I'm going to go in with the color, windshield wiper method it, and then I'm going to add more product and do the same steps. Using some tape in my 7 layer palette by Shani, I'm going to use the darkest purple and I'm going to do the same exact thing that I just did, except with a different color. And if you guys are wondering what a 7 layer palette is, it's basically 7 layers in a big box that pulls out like different little drawers, and it's different eyeshadow colors, blush, concealer. Is really really cool. I got it from Amazon. It's by Shani's. It's called the 7 layer all-in-one palette. It's not that expensive and it's a good bang for your buck. I really like makeup where you actually get a good amount of product for the amount of money you spend, because now makeup comes out and you'll buy like one little thing or like one little eyeshadow and it'll be like $20. So I really like getting lots of things for the amount of money that I spend. You know, even though sometimes the quality may be depending on the price, I'm going back in with the Smolder and the 10 Perfect 10 palette, and I'm going to build up this with a flat brush, and then I'm going to blend it out with the defining brush that I had originally used for the purples. The 10 palette, the e.l.f. brushes, and the additional brushes that I use that have the brown or black bottoms. Um, the additional brushes I use come from Amazon. The Perfect 10, the e.l.f. brushes come from Target, and they're not expensive at all. Um, and I think like as far as my concealer, I got it from my local beauty supply store. It's like $2, and the e.l.f. products are $1. So even though e.l.f. is cheap, they have some really good products. So I'm basically doing the windshield wiper method and building up this black. I'm focusing on the outer corners of my crease because I wanted to create a smoky eye effect. Using the darkest black in the 7 layer palette, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the exact same thing, except focusing on the outer corner of my crease and just basically buffing it out. But I'm not taking it up, I'm just buffing it out. When you're doing your crease eyeshadow, honey, you gotta blend for your life. You gotta blend for your life because it will come out five different colors. But now I'm basically going in and cutting my crease with the cool tan. And I'm going to pack that on my lid and basically use my finger just to pat it out. Then I'm going to use this Ben Nye banana powder and I'm going to use a angle brush and pack it on top of my coatan just so when I open and close my eyes it won't be a line of demarcation or anything. And I'm going back in with my Shani 7 layer palette in the lightest green that they offer. And I'm going to pack it onto the middle of my lid. This is not the lightest green, I take that back, but it's the lightest pigmented green, so the lightest lime green. And then I'm using the darker color up under it, and I'm going to take that and put it on the outer parts of my lid, just so it creates more of a halo effect. When I thought about these colors, I thought about like Frankenstein and the Hulk and different monsters and things like that. And normally you would use like a green and a purple. So that's what made me come up with this color scheme. After putting the green down, I made me a little wing eye, and I'm using this N7 True Match, this Real Techniques stippling brush, and this first base spray, spraying that, and then I'm going to apply some baby skin pore eraser before applying the foundation. Went in with the True Match N7 and my stippling brush. I'm going to apply it all over my face as if I was putting on, regular foundation like a makeup look. The only thing different for me is actually if you guys don't watch my other videos, you would notice that I do not use foundation. I only use concealer up under my eyes and contour and blush. That's it. And highlight, but I don't use foundation on a daily basis or for a regular makeup look. So it's kind of new to me. I'm using this wet beauty blender and I'm going to buff it into my face. This isn't by the brand Beauty Blender. I think this is a Real Technique sponge, actually. Basically, buffing it into my face, put it all over my forehead, my mouth, my chin, my neck, my nose, making it look the same color. Then I'm going in with the Cool Tan concealer, and I'm going to go up under my eyes, my nose, my forehead, my bottom jawline. Just adding these colors. taking the wet sponge and going on top of the cool tan concealer on each area and just buffing it out. And after buffing it out, I'm going to use the Ben Nye banana powder again and place it over that. Then I'm using the Nudes palette by Maybelline in the darkest color black and creating a contour. Now, this contour is not your average contour. It's going to be very dark. And I'm going to start with a regular contour line. Then I'm going to buff it out. And then I'm going to create another contour line because if I were, a skeleton or if I were dead, I would have very, very sunken cheekbones because, I wouldn't have any flesh on my face. I wouldn't have any um, real dimension into my face. So I'm trying to make myself look as sick as possible. Going down my nose with it, and I'm going to go on my forehead with it too. Now I'm using this big brush just to buff it out. All these brushes I got from the same set at Amazon. And I'm basically making it look smoky. And then I'm going to go back in and touch up the areas that I feel like I don't look sick enough in. Giving myself a more defined cheekbone. I'm gonna go in, buff it out, keep going in and keep buffing it out. Buffing this out with a smaller brush, I'm going to go ahead and buff it out. And I'm putting it in between my edges, that way it will look more realistic. So I will have like hair, and then I will have a type of symmetrical black to go along with it. And I'm buffing it out on the sides of my nose too. Using the same big fluffy brush, I'm going to go ahead and take off all the excess banana powder. Um, I let it sit for this long because the longer it sat, the more white I looked, and the more white I looked, the less pigment I had in my skin, and that's pretty okay because I'm supposed to be dead, right? Going back in with this stippling brush, and I'm kind of just smoking it out again with the same brush that I use on my forehead. Then the same brush I applied it with, I'm gonna go back in, redefine. I'm using this liquid eyeliner, and I'm gonna go ahead and make um these stitch marks on my forehead. And it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna show y'all how I did it really up close. Just a squiggly line, add some additional lines to the squiggly line, and there you go. It looks like a stitch, right? Taking the same liquid eyeliner, and I'm basically making my nose seem chipped off because that's how most zombies don't have noses. Adding some more stitching. Just trying to make me look, at this point I'm trying to make myself look a little beat up because I'm pretty much supposed to be ancient. Now I'm going in and making my mouth seem as if, you know, it would kind of hurt to talk. Most mummies, most mummies and zombies and monsters, they mumble. So I assume that their mouth hurts when they talk, right? Taking the same color that I put on my lid, I'm going to put it up under my eye, on top of my concealer and my banana powder, because at this point I want to make myself seem as if I have a little skin left, a little something. So I am green. Okay, this is looking pretty cool. Um, I'm going to keep applying it, buffing it out, bringing it down. Then I'm putting in glue, and my camera had died, so I used some footage from another camera that I was recording on, and I'm showing you guys how I applied this purple and green glitter mix that I had made. Um, and I am starting to make glitters 2018, and I'm going to start selling them. Then I'm going to put this white eyeshadow over the stitch marks that I had made because the stitch marks actually I feel like that they had looked better if I used this white tint over them. Camera, I applied eyelashes, I concealed my lips, and I did lipstick and lip liner. If you like this look, don't forget to like and subscribe.